Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the first official episode of the I Review Your Pokemon series. And today I've got a submission from one of you guys that I saw that took my interest, especially being someone who oftentimes likes to kind of speak like out against the mono ingredient meta. Not necessarily out against it. I think there's value in it. I think there is something very potent in mono ingredient Pokemon, but I think that we need to extend an olive branch to multi-ingredient specialists because I think there's value in them as well. But given that I'm someone that takes interest in that particular value, I found one of the posts that one of the people that submitted me, particularly DrM86's, they submitted this Larvitar to me. Now, I wanted to talk about this Larvitar for a few reasons. One, it's got Berry Finding S, which is a fantastic subskill on Larvitar, on Tyranitar. It's a pretty good subskill on a lot of things, but it's especially good on pseudos. And Health Speed S, Ingredient Finding M or S. And I really was looking through things, so I asked for extra context, and they gave a lot of extra context, and the context is what makes this one particularly very interesting. I think for a lot of people, this might be one you'd still kind of hold off on, but I've got a little bit of different advice for Dr. M86. Now, they say that they need a ginger farmer, so they're specifically looking for ginger, and this is an ABA list, which is a bit rough. It's a bit of an oof. However, their Larvitar friendship is at level 45, which means they are gold locked at this point. To just like the first two subskills are gold locked. They're trying with Pupitar, and they're at friendship level 10, which means they're gold locked on the first subskill on on Pupitar. So that means it's gonna be pretty difficult to catch a better one than, or it's gonna be pretty difficult to catch a good one because the first two subskills are gold. Even on the Pupitar, which has a higher cost, is going to be locked to gold on friendship level 10. So, or on the level 10 main skill or sub skill. But they have 916 Larvitar candy and 140 handy candy, which I assume they're willing to spend based off what they've said. Now, I think this is especially interesting for the context of what's going on right now in the Pokemon Sleep community because we have an event coming up with Dream Shard Boost, and I just really wanted to discuss things. So, production comparison. I plugged this Tyranitar in. Now, they are also a premium pass player that uses Good Camp Ticket every week. So I accounted for that, plugged it in that they are using Good Camp Ticket because they're always using it. So that is something to consider as well. I'm not that way, so I don't have that benefit of being able to say Good Camp Ticket every week because it does make a difference. Now, when it comes to Tyranitar, really, or Ginger overall, all that you really need in this game as of right now is only 20 per meal. That's 60 per day is kind of the target number you're looking for. Should you be able to get that, you're meeting all the current meals in the game. Now, that isn't to say that something couldn't come out later that would take more ginger than that. So there's a bit of a disclaimer with that. If you're specifically looking for ginger specifically and you want a better ginger farmer, then maybe the ABA option is not the best thing, because as you can see here, even with just 2 random gold skills that shouldn't really impact ingredient finding all that much, if at all, a mono list is going to output more than what this Tyranitar can output. However, something that I did not consider for was that them being a premium pass player, I'm sure they probably have the skill seeds to change this Health Speed S to Health Speed M and Ingredient Finding S to Ingredient Finding M, which is going to make a big impact. Yeah, see, 92. So this Tyranitar at level 60 can, if they are willing to make the subskill, if Dr. M, if you are willing to make the subskill seed investment, it's better than what a Tyranitar with nothing going for it, well, not quite better, almost better in ginger output alone than what the base Tyranitar can output with just mono ginger. Now, I'm also assuming running energy for everyone healer because I plugged in my Gardevoir, but I think that's something that most players are doing. If we got rid of the healer, then let's see how that would change things. They'd still be about the same. So, yeah. So realistically, if you can get this guy to level 60, it's going to be a solid ginger option. 92 per day is very sizable. Like I said, we only need 60 a day. 92 per day is going to be getting you 30 per meal. 31 almost. So 31 per meal is very, very significant, especially considering that the best meals right now only take up to 20 per meal. The real question is, this tyranitar, for most of its life, theoretically is going to be at below level 60. Now, below level 60, it's terrible for Ginger by default. Even if I was to modify this to have Help Speed M and Ingredient Finding M, it's going to be pretty difficult to justify using it for the sake of Ginger until it hits that level 60. Because even at level 59, when it theoretically should be at its best, it's only producing 31, which isn't making that 60 per day. So, if you're looking at it for the Ginger, most of its life it's not going to be experiencing that. And Tyranitar takes a really long time to level up. I've made an XP table, and actually coming back to think of it, I forgot about something very important making this XP table. I forgot to tell it that it's a Larvitar. And that it evolves. Now, if you look at this, if you use all your 916 candy and your 140 Handy Candy S, you would only be able to get it to level 46. You wouldn't even be halfway there, because 47 is the halfway point between level 1 Pokemon with no XP and a level 60 Pokemon in this game. You wouldn't even be halfway to where you need it to be for it to be the fully evolved Tyranitar. I guess you'd be a little bit further than halfway because you would have spent the candies on evolving. But something to consider is that pretty soon we have the holiday event coming up here where you do have the potential candy boost. Now, this would be really, really expensive as time goes on, but Random X Calculator has a little feature for boosting candies, and I'm interested to see if you plug in that it's a Larvitar and you want to evolve it, does it... There is no way to reach level 60, unfortunately, even if you use all your Dream Shards, every Dream Shard you have, with the candies that you have, to get to level 60. But let's see, how high of a level can you reach? You could get it up to level 57 with all the candies you have. It looks like, which is going to take a tremendous amount of Dream Shards. At the maximum here, you're looking at spending all 1,264 candies with 1.37 million Dream Shards to get it to level 57. So, you'd still be 3 levels shy. Those 3 levels, I guess, wouldn't take really that much extra length, but you're looking at so much investment here. Level 57 is where you get it to. Let's see, how much... If you're using the entire thing, that's, yeah, the 1.37 million Dream Shards, you'd still be 168 candies away. That's not terrible in my mind. You could probably build up 168 candies pretty quickly, but you'd be able to get the Ginger Farmer that you say you need. And something to consider, you're going to be looking at this for a lot of Pokemon. This alone is a 1 in 9 odds of getting. So... The fact that 1 in 9 Pokemon are about the same, that alone makes this very, very difficult to achieve. So, in order to get better, you'd have to get like something in the sub-skills that benefit, either helping bonus is one of these 2 skills, Help Speed M, and honestly, this guy, I like it more than like the Berry Finding S, or it's got Berry Finding S, which is also good, with Help Speed M. That's a very powerful combo as well. So, personally, I don't know. It depends on how much you're willing to invest, how long you're willing to wait. If you have the Dream Shards to do this ridiculous thing, which, given that you are a Premium Pass player that runs the good camp ticket all the time, you probably have more Dream Shards than most, because you're getting the extra spawn all the time. And you also say that you collect a little bit extra diamonds every week. Maybe if that's for bundles or things, you probably have more Dream Clusters. You may be able to afford this. I don't know. If you can, then go all out for Christmas. Invest. This can be your Christmas gift to yourself. is to get this beautiful, beautiful Tyranitar. And something very nice about this Tyranitar that it will offer over this Tyranitar is, sure, this one can output a little bit more ginger, especially if you get a good sub-skill that actually boosts ingredient finding or good nature. Then sure, this one will make you more ginger. But don't discount the soybeans. I don't know what your intents are with the ginger. I don't know what meals you're targeting or what meals you want. But ginger has good synergy with soybeans. A lot of the, particularly the ninja meals, are what you'd be looking at that have really good synergy with ginger and soybeans. And like, you're looking at like 19 or 24 per day. Sure, it's not going to cover that entirely. 24 per day is like 72 soybeans. Actually, oh, that's prior to level 60. You're making like 50 soybeans a day. So it's not quite making all that you need, but you might need to do a little bit less supplementing than what others might have to do, and then you're covering 2 ingredients at once. So, yeah, if you're looking at that, then if you can think you can get about 168 more, or you can go just all in and dump all the candies you want on this thing. I'm sure you'll get a little bit more handy candy between now and then as well that you could theoretically spend on this. Then you could pump it up all the way to level 57. That's going to be a very, very expensive task. So, if you've enjoyed the video, like the discussion about the Tyranitar, this is the one that I just found the most interesting of all the submissions so far. I have gotten a couple submissions. I am looking to get more. If you want to submit, then put it in the links in the description to send in a Pokemon to me. And I'd love to review it, just like I have here for DrM86. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. And always thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye now.